Hello, race fans, and welcome to episode 4 of Agile Karting. As you can see, we've been at work at the garage again. Also, happy holidays, which is why this episode is late. I've taken off the axle, and you can see that it's well chewed up, but it's out. And then you can see I've also got some bearing housings, which actually look pretty good. I got the bolts, which are not good. You can see that they're two different sizes. They're not safety wired. All kinds of things that kind of freaked me out when I was taking it apart. This is kind of fun, though. Here's the bearing. And if you look at it, its inner race is concentric, or offset. And that means you can turn the bearing to adjust the ride height on the rear axle. And then there's an additional, looks like an offset housing too, to allow them to kind of capture the bearing race on the axle. So definitely some issues with the axle here. I took apart. Where's the other thing? Oh, you took off all the plates that were between the brake pads, and you can see here there's some Mountain Dew can in there as shims, which is, I guess it's a good track day emergency fix, but less than ideal. And you can see over here we have literally what's called a mystery clutch. It's an axle clutch. It's drum and shoes. I like this kind of clever adjuster. I'd have to take it apart to see how it works. But this would, if I were to use this, it would need a total rebuild. You have to replace the pads, the springs, and probably some other material. Probably have this ground out like an old brake drum. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know, I have questions about it. I'm going to have to look into that. But everybody tells me to get SMC, so maybe we'll do that. You can see the disc brake, and that will be replaced. We're going to replace that with a standard MCP set. There's the old belt, the old hubs. So looking at our shop list here, you can see that I've crossed off a bunch of stuff because we've taken it all apart and looked at it. I got here video 4, and then I need to make a shopping list because I think we're getting to that point where we need to kind of figure out how much this is going to cost, and if we sink that much into it, what it's going to take. Basically new wheels, new axles. So there's that. You can see here I got replace axle, need clamps, axle hubs, brakes. Disassemble. Let me cross that off the list. So yeah, we'll see how this goes and keep you up to date. And one last look at the cart before we leave.